Hey everyone, I'm Brian,
I'm Tyler.
and we're Gardener in Love. Hey guys, welcome to our garden. If you are new here, we are Brian and Tyler, and we're Gardener in Love. We live in Charlotte in Zone 7B, and we are taking you guys on our garden journey. Today we are in the garden, and we're doing one final last-ditch effort to plant all of our annuals for the year. It is July already, so it's super hot in the south, but we have some more gorgeous annuals that we want to get in the ground, and we want to show you guys what we're planting.
And we have a pretty long growing season here, so while it is late in the season, we will still get a lot of show from these plants. Our first frost is usually somewhere between late October, early November. We've even had hydrangeas blooming here like right before Thanksgiving before, so we have a very long season. So we've got a couple more rounds of planting annuals, and then we will be done for the season, which I'm kind of bummed about. I get like sad when all the planting is done and you just sit back and watch them grow, which for me, the planting is the fun part and going to the garden center, picking things out. So we're kind of reaching the end of that for the season. But why don't we show you what we're gonna plant today and then we'll get to it. So we're gonna start in our shed bed here today. So this is a big giant bed that we have in our garden. It's probably the biggest space that we have. So we live in the city, so we don't have a big plot of land. We kind of have a somewhat small garden, but this bed is where we get to play with a bunch of big stuff because it gets mostly full sun throughout the day. But we're going to be planting along the edge today with our annuals. So I'm going to start here with this first one. So this is called Ladybird Lemonade, and it is what is known as more commonly as a Texas primrose. We've never planted this before, but it has these really nice little delicate flowers, and they kind of age to a pinky peach. And it is very drought tolerant, which is amazing for this bed because the soil up here is a little bit more quickly draining than other areas of our garden. So we thought this would be a perfect fit up here. We don't have a lot of yellow up here either, so this will be a nice different color. And there is a possibility that this could be a perennial for us. So let me double check my zones here. Yeah, so this is an annual except for zones 8A to 10B. And we are a 7B, so depending upon our winter, sometimes we could be an 8A. So I think this is probably going to come back for us, especially since it's right here in the sun. It'll get a lot of warmth even throughout the winter. So we've got 3 of these dotted around some geum, and we have some lavender bubbles alliums right here. And then the other plant I'm going to grab, let me get one that has a lot of blooms on it. This one here is Luscious Royale Cosmo Lantana. And we did plant this in one of our pots in a couple projects back. It has these little hot pink blooms that kind of age to yellowy orange on the top. And this will be some nice contrast as well because as you can see, we have some big giant Supertunias in here. So the Supertunias you're seeing at the edge are Supertunia Vista Fuchsia. And believe it or not, those were planted last year. I know, crazy. They should not have come back, but I planted those last August. We were anticipating some family coming from the north, and so I was like, well, I got to have some stuff in the ground that is blooming and has some color. So we put those in the ground August, and they did their thing on through the first frost, and then they even kind of stayed up during the winter. They didn't bloom, but they did have some foliage. And so when we got to early spring this year, we gave them a little bit of a trim, and I put some extra slow-release fertilizer out, and they have been going ever since. It's kind of amazing. So we're going to pop these in between each of the Supertunias, and this will give us a little bit of height. These get about 2 feet tall and about 2 feet wide as well. So maybe by the end of the season, this will all intermingle, and we'll have Obviously the pinks will go together, but we'll have just a touch of yellow with the lantana as it ages. So I think that is it for this bed. Why don't we jump over to our south side garden and I'll show you the other annuals we're going to get in the ground. Okay, so I'm over here in the south side garden now, and before I get to our annuals, I want to talk a little bit about this space because I don't think we've shown this as much, especially lately since things have gotten way bigger. So we've got some coleus in here that I grew from seed. We have a not Midnight Masquerade, Beyond Midnight Bluebeard in here that is just starting to bloom. And then we do have kind of like some open territory here. There's Crocus Mia back there that hasn't bloomed yet. And then there is milkweed here, and this is our second year with this milkweed, and it does not bloom. I don't know what is going on, but we get like the short stalks bloom, but both years it's gotten really, really tall with no blooms, which I find odd. So we are considering this a low performer. And in our garden, low performers get the boot. So I think at the end of the season, we're going to pull this out and we'll do some design thinking, try to figure out what we want to put here. We've got a couple things coming that I think might work here, but we're going to talk that out, and of course we'll show you on camera what we're going to plant here. Back here we have a French vanilla hibiscus, which is just covered. Any day now, these are all going to pop, and this is going to be an incredible show. And then back here in the back, we've got our shining star, Susan's hydrangea, if you will. This is from Brian's mom, and it is insanely big this year. And then we've got some ageratum in here, a boxwood, some supertunias. So along the border here, we had planted some sun patience, and they are just not loving this spot. They're not getting full and big like we were hoping for. So we're going to change it up. I've got two different kinds of verbena here. So the first one is Superbena Stormburst, and it is really pretty. It's kind of got a lilac purple color with white, and it's striped on the flowers, which is pretty. And I love, love, love the Superbenas. They are just like little clumps of flowers all over. And then we've got one of our old faithfuls. You guys know we love this one, Superbena Whiteout. So I've got 5 of the purples and I think 2 whites. So we've got somewhat of a little bit of a pattern here. And I know it's really late, but I hope that these fill out and bulk up and give us some nice color here. I think they will. We usually have really good luck with Superbenas. These love the heat. They will keep going all season long for you. Amazing pollinator attractors, as all of the annuals we are planting today are. And these have really, really big blooms, especially when they get massive. I mean, it's just like a sea of color, and it's an amazing plant to have in your garden. Now, do keep in mind, everything that we're planting today is considered an annual, which means they are heavy feeders. So you'll see us put slow-release fertilizer, which is little granules in all of the holes with the plants, and that is just going to give the plants food over time. And then in addition to that, every Friday, Fertilizer Friday, you guys know I do this, every Friday we come in with water-soluble fertilizer as well, and I water all of the annuals in our garden, and it takes me a while because we have a lot now, and we just keep adding, so it's all good. I enjoy it. So I think that is everything you guys need to know about what we're planting today. I'm going to go grab my gloves, and we're going to get started. So we braved the heat and we are done planting annuals for the day. They are looking really beautiful, and I am most excited about seeing the Ladybird Lemonade bloom, the Texas Primrose, because we've never grown that before, and knowing that it could also potentially come back next year, I think that's really cool.
I'm really excited for the lantana. After seeing it just with the other pink in that bed, I think it's going to break it up nicely and be a really nice highlight.
So I know that it is probably late for a lot of you guys in terms of planting for the season, so you're not going to see this and think, oh, I'm going to run out to my garden center and grab some of those plants. But make a wish list for next year. Usually this time of the year, we start going, oh, we should have planted way more Supertunias this year, or we should have done this color instead, and then we start making a wish list, and by spring next year, it is full of ideas and things that we liked. So if you saw something you liked today, put a note in your phone, make a note in your garden journal, and then when spring rolls around next year, you'll remember exactly what you want to plant in your garden.
Yeah, especially if you guys live in the South or in the heat. All these annuals that we planted today are perfect for that, and so make sure that you put them on your list for next year.
Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope this video inspired you to get out in your garden or at least enjoy the beautiful blooms that we've got here. If you're enjoying our content, make sure you subscribe to our channel, and we will see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Bye.